we lose Saquon, right? What's our identity going to be on offense now? And what's our plan what's the next step of that?
We're going to upgrade the offensive line, and you're paying the guy $40 million. It's not to hand the ball off to a $12 million back.
Now, take a look at this, because this tweet on X has since been deleted from A.J. Brown, but he said, quote, "The Saquon video fired me up, and it wasn't even about me. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you get yours, fam." So here we go. Neek, give me your thoughts, first of all, on this exchange.
I mean, I didn't see what was so, upsetting about it. I guess A.J. Brown never really said that he felt disrespected, but it seemed like he's trying to protect this guy, which I love. I don't see how you could get offended by this, but I guess if it works for them, it works for them. And Saquon seems like he's doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, Graz, he did get $12 million.
Yeah, right. A.J. Brown, he got his. Like he's good, right? $26 million guaranteed for a running back. I wish that someone at some point in my life would disrespect me to that extent. Joe Schoen is I don't. The mistake on the Giants is that they're paying Daniel Jones $40 million a year, right? But I mean, they did that, so they're sort of stuck with it for one more year. I don't think the mistake is not paying a running back. Like Saquon Barkley was on that team for 6 years. They averaged 5.5 wins a season. But you ask what your identity is going to be. Like, your identity since Saquon Barkley has been there is you stink. So maybe it's time to try something different.
Mike T, what are your thoughts?
I disagree with Graz. I think they weren't successful. It had nothing to do with Saquon Barkley. I think he was part of the solution. And the fact that a division rival pounced on him as quickly as they did, we'll see how it plays out. But when you have a struggling quarterback like Daniel Jones, who has trouble staying healthy, holds on to the ball, the best way to help that is to get rid of the ball quickly. And one of the many things Saquon Barkley does well is he is great out of the backfield as a receiver. And look, I love Hard Knocks. I've been on it. But when you see these vignettes, I'm sure the Giants are concerned, some of these things that have gotten out. And I know we'll get into a few other things over the course of the show, Brian, but I'm just hard-pressed to think that the Eagles aren't better with Barkley and the Giants are worse, especially with Daniel Jones. And to me, now you have Devin Singletary. How is this offense going to be more productive this year than it was last year?
Go ahead, Graz.
I'm curious if we could find any video of Mike T on Hard Knocks. I don't know if we've ever seen any of that on this show, but maybe somebody could.
I don't think we have.
Could dig that up. If somebody could look into it, I'd appreciate that.
I think we have a piece of video, and we will get that on this show. By the way, Saquon wasn't the only thing addressed by Shane during Hard Knocks. Take a listen to Shane. He defends Daniel Jones, but boy, he certainly tore into last season's offensive line.
He didn't have much of a chance this year. That's legit. Like your offseason, the four guys, your core guys that were going to play together played less than 60 snaps together. Yep. We got Miami, we got 3 practice squad guys playing for us. Yep. Like, nobody could, you could have Pat Mahomes and he can't win it behind that.
Okay, Neek, your reaction to that?
Yeah, I didn't think the last one was disrespectful, but this one feels kind of disrespectful. And it takes a lot for me to feel sorry for NFL executives. Mike T can tell you that. But this does kind of make me feel sorry when you got cameras in the corner of your office recording everything you say and clipping out things like this that make it feel as if you don't respect the players that are on your team. Like, this would be offensive to me. I feel a little bit sorry for Joe Schoen, but he knows those cameras are there. He can't say stuff like that. And I don't understand why it seems that he used the offensive line as an excuse for why Daniel Jones hasn't been better. But we can't appreciate that an offensive line might have made it hard for you to have success with Saquon Barkley. So, the identity of your team doesn't have to change because you weren't good because of Saquon Barkley. Maybe the identity of the team seems like the issue was protecting the quarterback and creating running lanes for that running back.
Garage, your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's nice to get a blunt assessment from a team executive of what the issues were last year. I mean, it's possible Joe Schoen regrets saying that and that it's gotten that much attention, but I mean, the fact of the matter is that has been the Giants' biggest problem for as long as most of us can remember. They have not been able to get the offensive line right. I personally believe that Patrick Mahomes is a better player than Daniel Jones and might have had a better chance behind that or any other offensive line. But I think to the point, he's trying to say, like, here's the areas of the team we need to attack in order to get a real evaluation of this quarterback. He's focused on the quarterback, not the running back, and that's just sort of his philosophy. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's great when we get a real look into what people are thinking.
And real quickly, Mike T.
Yeah, yesterday Bill Barnwell was on the show. He made a great point, which was the biggest problem with the Giants' offensive line has been Evan Neal, a top pick that hasn't worked out. Joe Schoen took him. Obviously, I think those last vignettes are ones that I'm sure Joe Schoen wished never made national TV. And at some point, there'll be some New York reporter that's going to ask him about that Patrick Mahomes comment, and that'll become part of the news cycle again in training camp, which is the last thing you want as a GM.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the last thing you want to make national television, unless you're a general manager and this makes national television on Hard Knocks. I mean, that's something you certainly don't want to happen. That's probably what you don't want shown on Hard Knocks.
For the hard part is like tracking it and getting in position.
Brian,
this is why it's the greatest show. Yeah.
We won this competition. It was Rex Ryan paying off the cameraman that this actually made the show.
Poor Mike T, man. Poor Mike T. Let's tell you something.
He's a good sport.
He is a good sport because anytime we can get this video into the show, it's going to run. I'm just going to let you know that.
But he's a bad
By the way, back to the NFL, we dive into some burning questions in the NFC West. Neek, will Brandon Ayuk, the drama, impact, you think, the Niners this season?
I don't think so. I assume they'll get the deal done eventually. I think they still have a Super Bowl contending roster, and which means a part of that roster is having their top receiver probably in Brandon Ayuk healthy and on the field and happy. I think they'll figure out the deal, and it won't impact their season very much at all.
Graz, how good can the Cardinals offense be, you think, with Marvin Harrison Jr. and a healthy Kyler Murray?
Look, I think they have a chance to be really good, like one of the surprise stories of this entire season. If you look at the way the Cardinals offense performed once Kyler Murray got back last year, from weeks 10 on when he returned from his injury, they were top 10 in the league in yards per game. They were top 12 in the league in points per game. They were second in the league in rushing yards per game. So that offense can function. Add in maybe the best player in the entire draft and Marvin Harrison Jr. I think this is a sneaky offense to watch. I don't know about their defense, but I think Arizona could score a lot of points.
Neek, are the Rams legit threats, you think, to the Niners in the NFC West?
I definitely think they'll be able to challenge the 49ers. They made some key draft picks early in the draft, I think, to try to replenish that defensive line with a couple guys out of Florida State, which I think both of those players, Verse and Fisk, will be really good players. They've addressed their secondary with a lot of free agent signings. I think this team is good, and the quarterback is one of the best in football, and Matt Stafford, when he's healthy, with two really good receivers in Kupp and Nakua. So I think they could be a challenger to the 49ers this season.
Mike T, what do you think?
Yeah, I see it differently than Neek. You lose Aaron Donald, and look, they drafted Jared Verse and Brian Fisk. I think they'll be better on defense eventually, but I think the 49ers are as deep and talented team as we've seen in a while, and I think there's a clear separation in that division between them and the other three teams. So I like the pendulum of where it's going for the Rams, especially on defense, but I don't think it happens overnight.
Roz, what do you think?
They were sort of a young, rebuilding roster last year that still managed to get into the playoffs. So I think Sean McVay's Rams are a team that has shown it can exceed expectations. I actually do expect them to press the Niners in the division. One thing they have to get better at, though, is beating the Niners. McVay's only 5-10 against Kyle Shanahan, has lost 9 of his last 11 against him. One of the 2 wins, of course, is an NFC Championship game, which is a nice trump card to have. But if they can beat them head-to-head, I think they can make life difficult on them.
All right, guys, we'll talk a little bit more football.
Jenkins, my pistol's out now. Make sure y'all go run that up. You heard it live from your boy Bobby Shmurda.
Get out.
Chase gang.
This one for all my gangster niggas. This one right here is for all the people that really been through something in them streets.
Where would I be without my pistol? You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hit too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas are spin through. Where would I be without my pistol? You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hit too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas are spin through. Where would I be without my? Where would I be without my pistol? Where would I be without my pistol? My pistol. Where would I be without my? Them niggas caught me lacking, had that thing right by my side. Already one in the head, nigga, this shit do or die. You fuck around and lose your life, you come and playing with mine. I told them boys this shit get hot when you playing with fire. Boy better not jump up on that block if he ain't ready to ride. Goofy musta thought it was cool, we just trying to survive. That musta went over his head, same way bullets gon' fly. You know that shit ain't got no name once they open they glide. Need to stop shooting from that corner, nigga, run down my side. Niggas saying they doing drills, taking innocent lives. Niggas shooting for clout, they never really hitting them guys. I keep it on me all the time, but would I be without my? You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hit too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas are spin through. Where would I be without my pistol? You live by it, you die by it, that shit true. Lost a couple homies, some real shit I got hit too. Gotta watch your back, you get killed, niggas are spin through. Where would I be without my? Where would I be without my pistol? Where would I be without my? Where would I be without my?
Where would I be without my Glock? She a thotty, she be all over my body. Can I love you or you are for everybody? If I leave, she coming right beside me. Like, was only one by my side. Not go on me, play nigga, you gon' die. The house broken, them niggas, they been fried. Like, free skim, he got locked for homicide. Like, so I'm trapping on my lonely. And I'm swerving in the foreign by my dolly. And these niggas outside not really my homies. Free gang, free broke, free the homies. Like, why they talking like they on that, but these niggas ain't on shit. All my niggas sliding and my niggas toting blicks. Betty on my side and she really with the shit. Talking real crazy, she gon' push a nigga away. So I'm trapping on my lonely.